What's up, guys? It's Shane here from House of Cards TCG, and I have a live duel review for you with commentary. I went to the Philadelphia Regional, and I was selected for a feature match. So I wanted to review the duel for you because I know I made a lot of crazy misplays game two. Hate to say it, but I went from a game I never should have lost to a game I wound up losing, and I wanted to review it and see exactly what happened and learn from it. And you guys can learn from my mistakes so you won't make the same mistakes at a regional. Overall, the deck did great. I wound up getting 11th. I had two unfortunate losses. Both the losses were to people in the top 5. I lost to the second place finisher and the 5th place. So overall, I did really well. The deck actually carried me. I think it was a really strong build. Check out the deck profile. But also really, I think it's a really good learning tool to watch your duels and figure out what you could have done differently. So can't wait to have you along with that journey with me.
House of Cards.
TCG.
Okay, so let's hop right in. I'm showing off my World Championship 2001 Magic the Gathering Spellground mat. I lost a die roll. Going second against, it's going to be Swordsoul. So he's going to start off, let's see exactly how he starts this off. He's going to go Long Yuan. Pitching, he's going to think about what he's going to pitch. I'm not going to have a response to this, not really any responses to this unless I have Gamma, which I'm not main decking or side decking. So he's going to bring out Long Yuan. He's going to synchro it off, bring out the token, synchro it off, and go for either a Baron or a Sinister. Going for a Sinister. So this could be a really good opening if he has a Mogi in hand. He could wind up drawing 2. But he's actually just going to set 1 and pass. So a really weak opening. He must have not opened that well in terms of cards in hand. So I'm starting off and I'm playing Branded Despia. So this should be a really easy board to break. Normal Albaz, that is a really good start because he doesn't have a way to interact with this that I knew of. So he's going to activate Book of Eclipse. I was going to fuse away that into a Mirror Jade and that just would have been a wrap there. But he books a Moon it, Book of Eclipses it, so doesn't resolve the fusion, and then from there, I'm going to activate Branded Fusion. This is going to resolve, no Ash Blossom. So I'm in a really good spot here. I'm almost at a point where I'm going to gain an insurmountable advantage from this resolving. Branded Fusion is just a crazy card. If it goes through, you're just in a really good spot. And he didn't have the Ash Blossom, didn't have another way to really interact with this because I don't have to play into Nib here. I can do enough to put him in a spot where he basically can't win. I might not be able to kill him. But I can play it safe, play under Nib, not summon 5 times, not make any plays that would potentially lose this for me, and still gain an advantage in terms of card advantage and just setting up a board that would be really difficult to break when he only has 2 cards in hand. And I'm going to flip my Albaz at end phase and draw a card. So he's in a really tough spot here. I'm going to Branded Fusion, send the Albaz Lubellion Chainlink 1. Send Tragedy Chainlink 2. Cost of Lubellion is to send the Aliber because I already normaled the Albaz, so didn't really have a use for the Aliber. I'm going to grab Adlib. That's going to make the Branded in red play crazy because this is going to go into a Mirror Jade with the Lubellion here. So that's going to put back Albaz, put back Lubellion, go into Mirror Jade. And from here, this is just a lot of advantage because I can go to battle phase, use Mirror Jade, send Albion. Albion's going to grab me the Branded in red. I already have Adlib. That's just going to be a ton of advantage. So I'm going to banish that. I'm going to swing for 3k and probably just go to end phase here. I'm not sure exactly what else is in my hand, but if I don't have lethal, there's really no point in playing into cards I don't need to. So I'm going to go into end phase, activate the Albion, set the Branded in red. This is already a lot of interaction here. Just the Branded in red being able to fuse away the Mirror Jade into a Guardian Chimera with the Adlib to bring it back is just going to be huge. And I'm drawing a card off the Albaz, so I'm just way ahead in an advantage. It's going to take a lot. Now he does have Tenyi cards which play well with nothing on his board, so he's going to try to bait out an interaction, summon the Tenyi. That's fine. It's not really doing anything. It's not threatening me. So he's trying to bait out the Brandon Red, because once he gets by the Brandon Red, there's probably a lot he can do. So I didn't want to make a move because none of this is threatening me. So he goes into Monk. He's going to go into battle phase. The Albaz is in defense position. It's got 0 defense. So he's going to swing over it, which is fine. Doesn't do anything again. Now he's going to go main phase 2. He's going to normal the Taya. Now this is what I want to stop. This card can go into Abaxia, which would be a spin 2. So I have to stop that. Going to add back the Tragedy. Going to fuse away the Tragedy, the Ad-lib, and the Mirror Jade. And that's just going to be enough for him to pick up his cards. There's just... That play was just going to go crazy. I was going to draw cards off the Chimera. I was going to get a search off the Tragedy, and the Ad-lib was going to bring back the Mirror Jade. So let's try to skip ahead. We're going to side. Still siding. Looks pretty close though. Let's see. Okay. Almost there. Okay, so I'm going second. And he's starting off, this is another weak start, starting off with the Incredible Ecclesia. So from there, it's going to bring out the Mogi. He would lose to 1 Impermanent Veiler. Fortunately, I don't have it. But just kind of he must not have drawn well this game. So he's starting off with Ecclesia into Mogi, bringing out the token. Token's going to fuse away. Sorry, synchro away, Mr. Despia. He's going to go into a Long Yuan, pitching the Shatana. And now he could either make a really risky play into Nib, or he could make a Baron. Risky play would get him more advantage, but he would just flat out lose to the Nib, which he probably doesn't want to do game 2 because a lot of people are siding into Nib. So that'd be a really risky play, kind of an all or nothing play. So he's going to make... He burned me for 12 on the Baron, and then he's going to do Chain Link 2 to search, Chain Link 1 to draw. So he's going to thin out the deck before drawing a card. Probably wants to draw a non-engine, try to hope to get like an Ash Blossom, which is almost an FTK. But let's see if he gets it. So kind of, I don't want to say a weak end board, but he could have done a lot more if he just played under Nib, and I was not siding Nib, so I just kind of the threat of Nib was enough to weaken his end board. So let's see how I start. Now, in my head, I should win this game 10 times out of 10, but somehow I punted it. So let's see exactly how I punted this game. The opening play, I think, is pretty good. I think we just normal Alibur here. Just going to go ahead and get the search, and then... Okay, no, we're just going to go Allure. So really good start. Allure, and what are we going to banish? Saronir. So not a good one you want to banish, but I mean, in this matchup, at this point, the Saronir is not doing a whole lot. So now I'm going to normal the Allure effect. He's going to respond with Shishao. He's going to banish as cost to target the Allure and negate its effects. So I'm going to chain Super Poly, pitching the Allure of Darkness to get rid of his Shishao and my Allure to dodge the Imperm. So it dodges the Shishao effect. And so I'm going to get the search, and I'm going to bring out the Quartus, which threatens his Baron right now. I could just simply swing over it. I could activate the effect, try to bait him into negating it, because if he negates it, Baron destroys. So he's going to pop this. It's going to get its effect, bring out an Albaz, and that's going to be a huge interaction. So I'm getting the search. I search it, Branded Lost. So that means I already have Branded Fusion. So this was just a cracked hand. Like, I don't know how I lose this, but I can't wait to see exactly how I somehow punted this game. So I'm going to activate the effect. He does not respond with the Baron. He doesn't take the bait. So probably just going to go into battle. Yeah, going to battle, swing over it. So I'm getting rid of the Baron. That negate isn't threatening me anymore. I got rid of that. So going into main phase 2, I'm going to go ahead and activate Branded Lost. He's thinking in response, doesn't have anything. Branded Fusion, that resolves. Again, I'm going to get so much advantage off this with the Branded Lost. It's crazy to think that I lost this game, so I really want to see what I could have done differently. And off the bat, I think I sided out the Dark Magician, because in my head, I didn't want to draw a brick going second against this deck and and the Red Eyes Dragoon isn't that crazy versus Swordsoul. It's good, but some of my other interactions I thought were more powerful, so I sided out the Dark Magician, or else I would just go for a Dragoon here. Having the Omni negate would be crazy and can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So I'm going for a Lubellion. I sent the Tragedy and the Albaz, and going to do Lubellion, Chainlink 1, going to send a card from hand as cost. And this is a big misplay as well. The card I send is Triple Tactics Thrust. I'm not sure what the other card was in hand, but I couldn't bring myself to pitch it. But Thrust was live here. He had activated a monster effect this turn. But anyway, I'm doing Chainlink 1 Lubellion, Chainlink 2 Tragedy, Chainlink 3 Lost. Lost is going to search Mercourier, so I can no longer have to fear Nib. I have the negate. I'm going to bring out, and he can't respond to any of this because of Branded Lost. So I'm going to search Adlib off the Tragedy, and Lubellion is going to bring out a Mirror Jade. So I'm still in a good spot here. Definitely can't complain. But let's see exactly what happens. So I bring out the Mirror Jade. I've already used my battle phase. I wonder what the other card in hand was, because I pitched a Triple Tactics Thrust. You can clearly see it, and I never should have pitched that. So I'm going to set something in the middle column, kind of baiting an Imperm. And yeah, so Thrust would have been really good. I could have grabbed Fusion Deployment, brought out Cartesia. There's a lot I could have done with that. I think I had a Triple Tactics Talent in my deck, which I could have grabbed. Drawing 2 would be nice. Again, I don't know why I pitched Thrust. That was definitely a misplay. So he's thinking about his play. He has 3 in hand, 2 set. Nothing really consequential in the graveyard right now. My graveyard doesn't really have anything either, except the Tragedy. If I have a Branded in red, that would be good. I don't think I do. So he starts with Taya, and this is where I use the Mirror Jade just to get rid of it. Sending the Albion as follow-up. He's going to respond with Imperm, targeting the Mirror Jade. Now this is where I make a big misplay as well. I'm going to look at my extra deck, so kind of giving away that I have Super Poly, right? I mean, why would you look at your extra deck if you don't have Super Poly? So I'm going to contemplate the Super Poly, and this is just not a good spot to do Super Poly. But for some reason I do it, so I'm getting rid of my own 2 monsters, both of which were threats on the board. If he gets rid of the Mirror Jade, it's going to wipe his board at the end phase. I mean, in reality, he was going to go Baxia there and spin it back to deck so it wouldn't trigger. So Mirror Jade does resolve here. So I do get rid of that threat. And now all I have is a Dragos Depelia, and I'm getting the search off Branded Lost. So going to get a search off Branded Lost. But the big misplay, if you saw what I discarded off of Super Poly, it was Mercourier. So I had, if you remember, I had Mercourier in hand with a Mirror Jade. So I could have just, when he goes to activate the Taya, I could have literally just used Mercourier to negate it. And I don't think he has Blackout in Grave. So there was no need to get rid of my own Mirror Jade there. That was, and my Despia Quartus. That was just not a good play. So he passes, and I have the Dragos Depelia, and I have Branded Lost, and I have Branded Fusion. So you're still probably wondering how I lose this, and I'm wondering too. So we're gonna see. Activate Branded Fusion. He's gonna respond with D-Barrier calling Fusion. That's gonna lock out my turn. So the fact that he drew that D-Barrier kept him alive, but that was always going to keep him alive. So the misplay of getting rid of the Mercourier was big, though. I could have still kept that monster negate. I would have had the... Okay, so I'm just normaling... This is actually not a bad play. I'm just going to go ahead and normal the Cartesia, and I'm going to attack with both, get in some pretty good damage. I still have the targeted negate with Dragos Depelia. I have the Cartesia, which is an interaction during his turn, and I'm going to go ahead and banish the Tragedy, set Branded Fusion. Didn't need to do that. That was just kind of jumping the gun, another misplay. No need to do that. So I have a set Branded Fusion, which does nothing because it's not a quick play. He's going to start with Long D1. And now I'm thinking on res, I'm going to activate the Cartesia to Fusion. So I'm pretty sure I have Ad-lib in my hand. So if this Fusion resolves, I'm going to bring back my Mirror Jade, and that's game. So he's asking if I put a token on it, it becomes level 1. That's correct. He's going to black out to pop both of mine. Which this saves him the game because, again, I have Ad-lib in hand. This is game over. If I fuse away with my Ad-lib, Cartesia and Ad-lib, go into Grand Gunal, use Ad-lib effect, use Lost effect. I'm just going to get a lot of advantage off this. So his blackout here, it hurts to watch. Like, there's no way I should be losing this game. So he's gonna pop. I'm gonna respond with the Dragos Tapelia because turning something level 1 is still pretty good against a synchro deck. So I turn the token level 1. And I'm trying to think if I would have left it level 4. Let's see what would happen. But turning it level 1 in my head was doing something. So we were wondering if I could still resolve the Cartesia, and I couldn't. It was only an Ad-lib in hand and no other monsters on field. I think the other card in my hand was a spell. I was seeing if I could trigger. Now, if I had a branded opening, that would have been a savior. Didn't. I was seeing if I could trigger a Luber, but I could not because he did not control an effect monster. So he's going to bring out the Bashuda, which is what, level 7? So 7 and 4 would have made 11. He probably doesn't have an 11. I should have kept the token. I should have kept the token a level 4. So he's going to bring out Grandmaster. And then he's going to normal the Taya. Yeah, I guess he didn't normal this turn, right? Banish Blackout. Yeah, he did not normal this turn. So from this, he's going to make backs here. He's going to spin 2. This is game over for me. This is how I lose. He's going to spin those back into the deck. He just has way more advantage. And he can probably easily go for lethal if he pops the token, backs here, bring back Moe, etc. He just has a lot of plays. So that's exactly what he's going to do. Bring back Moe effect, reveal, and that's game. Pretty sure I scoop here. Nothing I can do here. That's lethal. So that's how I blew a game I never, ever should have lost. A lot of misplays. Let's see if I can pick it up game 3. Do a little power shuffle. We'll just watch the power shuffle. Me struggle to pick these cards up. Okay, so I'm going first. He's going to cut the top 5. I'm going to shuffle his deck a little bit. Hopefully he cuts me into something good. Let's see. Looks like Brandon in white, a trap card, a spell, a Luber effect. Can't stop it. So I'm going to go into Brandon Fusion. Already looking like a pretty strong opening if he doesn't have a stop for the Aluber. Let's see what I do. Branded Fusion resolves. That's a good sign when the Branded Fusion resolves. So let's see exactly what I send here. I'm going to send the Mercurier. I'm going to go for the greedy play. So Mercurier plus Albaz. Going to bring out the Rinbroom. Because I have Brandon in white in hand. So that's the play. I can banish the Mercurier, get a search off that. Bring out Rinbroom. Gonna go ahead. I think Brandon White is the right play here. Yeah, Brandon White, banish the Albaz, banish the Rinbroom, make a Lubellion. Lubellion's gonna discard for cost, and then Chainlink 2. So I'm gonna discard the Allure of Darkness. Didn't have anything good in hand for that. It was too risky to send the the Alubra when I didn't have Branded Fusion. So I went for the safe play, game 3, because I'm pretty sure the trap in my hand is Dimensional Barrier, which is just an FTK versus Swordsoul. I'm going to search Albion, and that's going to fuse away into a Mirror Jade. So Mirror Jade plus Rinbroom is a really great combo, because I can activate Mirror Jade, I can negate it with Rinbroom. That way I send the follow-up to the graveyard, but I don't have to banish one of my own cards, and my banish will still be live off Mirror Jade next turn because it did not resolve. So I'm gonna dump the Albaz, and draw a card. I think here it doesn't matter. I think I just said, do I set D-Barrier? Okay, no, so I do the play I'm talking about. Send it, negate, set 1, set the D-Barrier, set the FDK, and I still have a lot here. Rinbroom's a really powerful card too versus Swordsoul. Gonna go to end phase. What do I grab here? Branded Red? Yeah, Branded Red. That's just probably enough. Just having the D-Barrier, there's very little counterplay to that card. Unless he has like cross out and he calls D-Barrier. I mean, there's just not a whole lot else you can do. He's asking if, because it was negated, if I can activate it again. Yes, you can. He's going to start with a Shuna. Special it. I'm letting it rock. It doesn't do anything. I'm going to wait until he puts the second Tenyi on board. Uses a Shuna, brings out another one, locks himself into worms, and then I'm going to D-Barrier him because there's just not a lot he can do at that point. He's thinking about his play. If he knew I had D-Barrier, he wouldn't be thinking so hard. But yeah, this is the play. You special this out, and then you Ashuna, you bring out the Vishuda, and then you go into a Grandmaster. So he's going to banish it. That's fine. I'm acting a little nonchalant because I know I have the D-Barrier. So on res of this is where you flip the D-Barrier, and that's just an FTK. Call Synchro. Call Synchro, and that's pretty much it. Very little play lines at this point for him. I guess he's gonna bring out the Link 2 Tenyi, which doesn't do a whole lot, right? So I'm gonna use the Mirror Jade. I'm gonna banish it. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna do a lot. It might almost be better just to banish. Yeah, that's fine. He's gonna bounce my Mirror Jade, that's fine. I'm checking to see if I have Alubra in grave. I don't, it's still in the field. He's gonna bounce it, that's fine. Just doesn't really do a lot. Now what does he do? He's gonna banish to add back, and that's fine. He's just hoping I can't kill him. Oh, he's gonna add that back, okay. Maybe try to make another one. Just don't see exactly what it's gonna do. Vishuda, he's gonna, because he brought that off of the Ashina. So he's gonna bring that out. I guess make a second Link 2. Doesn't seem like a really good play, but I guess he doesn't have a ton of options here, knowing that I have a lot of, this deck has so much follow-up. So yeah, just realizes he can't get through it, and that's game. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sitting through that painful game 2. That was so many misplays. I learned a lot from it, though. I was really excited to be selected as a feature match for the regional. I've never had a regional with feature matches, but it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot from it. It was my first event with the deck since YCS Hartford, so it's been a long time. But the deck is just so much fun. There's so many play lines. There's a lot more you can do now with the new fusions. So I'm really excited about the future of the deck. Let me know if there's anything you would change about the deck, if you noticed any misplays that I didn't, because there probably was some. I mean, no one's perfect, but let me know what you think, and thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell too so you can be notified when we have new content coming out. And let us know what kind of content you want to see. We're all ears. So thanks for watching. This is Shane from House of Cards TCG, signing out.